The final question we asked was the engagement and communication, and it was a concern, and I think it was highlighted by this elderly gentleman that I met in Felixstowe Library on Friday afternoon when I went down to see what they had from the point of view of the public, whatever. And there was a massive, or quite a big display of Sizewell C, with lots of papers you could take away, and all the documentation laid on the table. But the Felixstowe bit was actually behind the counter, and it was sort of something you asked for. There was no display, nothing telling folk that it was there. And as we just raised at the beginning of the conversation, there wasn't any sort of printed response form or reaction form, and I do realise that we're becoming a very digital world, but we are increasingly discriminating against pen and paper, it would appear, and if you are making provision, should we not be informing the library service that there is a means of doing it by pen and paper as well as by a computer link?
Well, my understanding, my understanding that these were provided at libraries. Now, what I can understand is there's a comment in there where you said there are more pictures than there is thingy, which...
Yes, detail we thought was a bit thin.
Yeah, but that's really, if you're a member of the public, you know, you've got that list there, and together with a piece of paper there which says that's my representation for.
Yeah.
The thing that
it was the numbers, actually.
The thing that really is important, of course, was the paper that we sent to town and parish councils, which is a detailed thing. A lot of town and parish councils have copied that out to the public.
Oh, right.
As such, and also made reference to the link on the web about that, and A, how to make a representation, or if you don't want to do it online, B, where to get a form.
Yes, exactly. So does that give actually a number? Numbers now and numbers future, or
numbers of what?
What is expected to be delivered? You've given me a figure here.
Oh, no, it won't do anything. We're past that stage.
Of whatever, but the figure I think was 10,000.
No, we're well past that stage. That's all in that document there, which has gone out and gone through council and everything else.
Right.
We now go to the next stage. So we're asking people, is this a sound plan?
So what you're saying, to deliver that, is this sound to deliver that?
Yes.
Effectively?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Tony, thank you very much for seeing us. I think next time we need to do it before the event, and we might get a bit more of a take-up at the event.
No, I can appreciate people's concern very much about it.
And there is.
But the big thing that I really want to put out is the fact that this is not a planning application. These are propositions, and that if any developer wants to take them up, he's going to have to, or her, is going to have to take up a planning application and put it through through our planning committee. Yes. And under those circumstances, all the considerations which we put into the policies will be taken on board by the planners.
Right.
So this is not the end of the game. It's not even the beginning of the end of the game, but it is the end of the beginning.
Well, at least you're laying out the pitch.
Yes.
On which the game might be played.
But I think ever be taken up. There might well be that developers say, no, why in the world are we going to build houses in Felixstowe because we never sell them?
And they're closing Marks and Sparks.
Yes.
And that could be a key decision maker on not to go forward.
I have to say there are sites around which I won't mention where exactly that sort of thing is happening. Developers who were sort of really keen to start
suddenly aren't.
Suddenly they sort of falling by the wayside as such because they're beginning to realise that these things are not viable. Now everybody wants infrastructure, they want roads, they want schools.
Yes, they do.
But if it can't come out of this SIL money, which has just gone up again, you've got a Section 106, and a Section 106 can kill it.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And has killed it.
Well, I can see that in the brand, but I'm still a bit... If we agree that what is needed across England is a 12% increase in dwellings, and we're looking for Felixstowe to take 38%, then that seems to be, certainly to those of us that live there, that seems to be one hell of a increase in the dwelling size within our community over that period of time.
Do you believe in your town? If you believe in the jobs and the thingy.
You're coming at me at the wrong angle, because I actually live in Walton, which is the original Roman settlement. So my town has been there for 2,000 years, and it's taken that long to get to the size it is. And what you're now proposing is doubling its size in 2 decades. So there's a degree of concern
Yes.
within it. But thank you very much again.
Well, it's a
Nice
pleasure.
to see you,
As I
mate.
say, if I
And-
can help in any way in this way to try and straighten things out, only too pleased.
Thank you very much indeed.
Good. No, sorry.
One final thing.
Final
which
question.
is the closing date we need to repeat,
Yes.
and that was the 20.
It's my birthday,
It's your
25th
birthday.
of February.
And it looks like the hearings may themselves start in June.
Yes. And don't forget, you can actually, or if you've got some very good points in your
Submission.
representations, you can actually talk to the inspector.
Yes,
personally.
I was able to do that last time.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
indeed.
Yes.
Bye.